Connect. Capitalize. Go.
Welcome to the podcast for business. It's your host, Eugene Rowe. Hope you're having a great day. Make sure you make your way to the website. It's hombabiz.com, HOMBABIZ.com. Sign up for the e-newsletter where we help you discover your number one asset and use it to live the life that you want. Right now, it's time to bring on somebody from the Florida area, born and raised out in Tallahassee, currently residing in Central Florida, Miss Lakendra Cook. Thanks for taking your time out.
Hello, Eugene. It's a pleasure to be on the podcast with you.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay. Well, as you mentioned, I am born and raised in Tallahassee, Florida. I attended Rickards High School. I then received an academic and athletic scholarship to the Florida A&M University.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, I ran track. I was a captain on the women's track and field team. I obtained my bachelor's degree in economics with a minor in business administration. And then once I graduated, I received an internship with Leon County Board of County Commissioners. Funny story there. I was in my senior year at FAMU, and I Googled human resources because I knew with an economics degree, I just didn't want to deal with numbers all the time. I'm more of a people person.
Okay.
So I said, oh, human resources might be the way to go. So I Googled it. And sure enough, Leon County Board of County Commissioners came up. I called the department, and they transferred me to their employee relations manager who was looking for an intern at the time. So she said, oh, yeah, sure, fax me your resume, and we'll see what we have for you. So I did that, and that's actually where my career began, is as an unpaid intern with Leon County. After that, I was hired as the project search coordinator. And that project ended due to lack of federal funds. And then I moved on within the organization, and became the executive assistant for county administration. I was there for about almost 2 years, and another opportunity opened up within the organization, and I became the volunteer coordinator for Leon County.
Wow.
And I was there for about 6 months until my family and I relocated here to Gainesville.
We're talking to Lakendra Cook right here on the podcast for business. Go ahead and get those social share buttons ready, because I know you're going to like what you're hearing. First of all, Lakendra, I know we could talk about profession, but you did say you went to Florida A&M University. I spent a year there. I did mostly studying, okay, but it's it's a great school. So tell us about FAMU. I don't think a lot of people, well, for the people that are not from Tallahassee, Florida, right? What type of college is it? And tell us about your experience at it.
Okay, well, FAMU, Florida A&M University, is a historically black college and university, also known as an HBCU, founded in 1887. I absolutely enjoyed my time at Florida A&M. I was able to develop not only as a student, but as a leader, because like I said, I served as a captain on the track and field team, but I was able to grow professionally. FAMU prepares you for the real world, just for a lack of better word. I learned how to communicate. I learned how to become an adult. I mean, people, there's a saying, college life, it gives you the most freedom with the least amount of responsibility.
Right.
So that you take advantage of that to a certain extent, but then once I entered my senior year, like I said, oh, I need to get an internship. So what am I going to do? But the professors are wonderful. It's of course, there's smaller class size, and the professors are able to really provide one-on-one guidance if you need it.
Yeah. I got to say, when I was there for that 3 semesters. It was not because I flunked out that I left. So I just want to put that on the table right now. Okay.
Disclaimer.
But the 3 semesters that I was there, I really enjoyed it. In fact, I would suggest anybody that definitely African American, if you have a chance, you need to do at least 1 year at an HBCU. It's just a totally different world, and you got to do it. You got to do it. Okay, so that's my promotion for HBCUs. Florida A&M University. I heard you say you were on the track team. It's Lakendra Cook right here on the podcast for business. So you spent some time working with in the FAMU relays and doing some great stuff there. Tell us about your time on the track team.
Yes. FAMU relays. Oh, wow. I would hear stories about FAMU relays. My father actually attended Florida A&M University as well, and he would just tell me stories about FAMU relays, how the spectators, the students would be sitting up on the hill, just crowded watching the relays. So growing up, that's the visual that I had in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually competed in FAMU relays. Oh gosh, in high school is when I actually started. My senior year with Rickards High, our girls track team was awesome at Rickards. We competed. We did the 4x4, the 4x1. We set a few records. We competed at Bob Hayes. So FAMU relays really it's an awesome event to attend. It really is.
So, and just so that I remember, FAMU relays is for high schools or was it for the college students?
Well, when I was in high school back in the day, they would have one day that was just for high school students, where they had maybe the 100 and relays, and then that following day they would have the collegiate runners competing.
Gotcha. So we're talking to Lakendra Cook right here on the podcast for business. Use those social share buttons. Share this with your family, friends, network, especially FAMU graduates and FAMU attendees that may not have graduated like me. Nevertheless, share it. That's the key. So now, Lakendra, that we've gone on this trip down memory lane, I could probably talk for 2 hours about Florida A&M. Let's talk about how you got started with the internship. Sounds like it just happened with having the tenacity to make a phone call. How was that experience?
You know what? That is all it takes sometimes. My dad, both my parents, my mother and my father would always tell me, all someone can say is no. So like I said, I did a Google search, and my former supervisor, who is also the person who interviewed me for my internship, Chancey Daniels, I consider her my mentor. She's awesome. She set the bar high. For her to be my first supervisor, I can't say anything less. She's just awesome. So anyway, I Googled human resources, Leon County. Their department number came up. I gave them a call. They transferred me to Miss Daniels. And from that point out, it's funny because she tells me even to this day that she remembers how professional I was at such a young age, just still being in college. So I stress to students right now, listen, when you go in for an interview, I don't care if it's an interview at a Fortune 500 company or if it's your local grocery store, you go in with your suit on and looking presentable because first impressions matter. So to say the least, I went in for an interview, and she gave me an answer right on the spot. She said, "Well, we would definitely enjoy having you here as a human resources intern." So within the internship was just a semester, which was about 3 to 4 months. And in that capacity, I assisted with the employee recognition program. The county had a summer youth training program that I also assisted with. That was really, really fun. It was a program that offered high school students between the ages of 14 and 21, so I guess actually up through college a little bit. But it offered them kind of the same thing, an internship, but they were able to get paid over the summer.
Okay.
So I assisted with that program, and I just learned a lot. I went in, I made sure that I was attentive, that I applied whatever my supervisor or her supervisor was saying to my work. And I think it's just so important also for young people to know you don't have to have your cell phone all the time with you.
Okay.
Okay? Be attentive, be present, be in the moment.
So you said enough stuff for us to do a podcast for an entire hour on. But one thing I want to hone in on is the fact that you made a phone call, and yeah, that quote-unquote free internship was free for that period of time, but it ended up allowing you to have your foot in the door. And I'm guessing at some point they said, you know what, we need some help. Oh, let's hire this person that's been working for free all this time. How did it transition into full-time employment?
So another funny story. So my internship concluded December of 2009. Well, there was a new program that the county was in partnership with the state and with Agency for Persons with Disability. They all wanted to join and provide a real-world work experience for students with disabilities. So they posted the position. And my former supervisor, Ms. Chancy Daniels, she gave me a call and said, hey, this is a position that you will be really good in. Your skills, your personality would be a great fit. And it was actually housed within the Human Resources Department. So I said, okay, sure. You know, I'm just graduating. I'm looking for a job. So, of course, I applied. And I was maybe one of two people that applied to that position.
Oh, man.
Wow. And I have another saying is that whatever's meant to be for you is going to be for you, no matter what. So I applied and I interviewed again, and I was able to actually graduate with a paying job, which came to fruition from an unpaid internship.
Wow. So we are talking to Lakendra Cook right here on the podcast for business, hearing a great story about how to get started in the real world coming out of college, how to make sure you make the most of your opportunities. So Lakendra, I've got a couple questions I always ask people just to get an insight into the way they think. So the first question is, which would you say defines you more, results-oriented or process-oriented?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to say process-oriented.
Okay.
Because I'm more process-oriented because you can get results by doing a lot of different things, but if you don't have that process in place, then you're not going to really be able to convey that to someone else.
So sounds like not process for the sake of having a process, but process for the sake of being able to expand it and make it more effective. Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly.
Okay. Next question. When it comes time to make a major decision, which do you prefer more, official data or an internet search?
Can I say both?
Both? Really?
Can I say, come on, I did find my first internship through Google, so
yeah, you did.
I'm not gonna doubt the internet.
If it's working.
It's working. But I will say that data, the way the workforce is developing now, is definitely data-driven. And even in human resources and talent acquisition, these major corporations are looking for data to prove their ROI. So that's why I say both.
Gotcha. But it sounds like you did a great job using the internet, but you also found the official stuff, and then you honed in on that, and it paid off, I'm guessing. So, man, we've been talking. Oh, Lakendra, I think you're breaking up on me, but that's okay. We're talking to Lakendra Cook right here on the podcast for business. Make sure you visit the website, homebutbiz.com. Sign up for our e-newsletter, and you'll discover the number one asset you have and how to use it to live the life that you want. Now, Lakendra, would you like to give the listeners a way to find out more information about you, maybe communicate and contact online?
Yes, of course. I have a LinkedIn profile. You can request me on LinkedIn. And yeah, that's about it right now. I'm still working on my personal branding, so I'll have a personal website up soon too. But LinkedIn.
Awesome. Lakendra Cook, thanks for taking your time out here on the Podcast for Business.
Connect, capitalize, go.